Hi everybody and welcome back. Today's video isn't exactly what I had planned because unfortunately, having just done 10 consecutive shifts at work around the clock, feeling tired and everything else, today was my first day off, but unfortunately the wife was rushed into hospital yesterday when she dislocated her hip. Plans went out the window, so what I'm going to do is just give you a little video that I was going to have as part of a bigger update really, and we'll just make this little video here to give you something to watch. I have here a 3D printed signal box. The person who's printed it is the Dorset Pint Man on eBay. I'll just stick in a little link, or photograph should I say, here of his eBay account so you can look him up. So this is what I got in the post from him the week or so ago, maybe, no, it's going to be longer than that now, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I've lost track, completely lost track. But anyway, let's have a look at this in close up and see what you get. So what have we got? We have a 3D printed model in TT120 of Swanage Signal box. Just zoom in slowly there, look at that. You know, the detail in there is lovely. Banisters on the steps and everything else is all beautifully 3D printed with the window frames. The kit comes in two basic parts. The roof is separate and that allows you access to the interior, of which, as you can see here, we have the lever frame, the block instruments and a stove. There's nothing else in there, but there's plenty of room to put in some furniture, a desk, a chair, signalman, and yeah, she's really nicely made. Beautiful, nicely printed. Now it's nice and square, there's no real distortion. If you look at the banisters there, now this one here is broken. That's because I had a little bit of stuff stuck on it, which I cut off and it just broke it off. No real drama. But you know, it is really finely made. The detail is lovely. So as you can see here, you've got all the railings around the windows, the window bars down here. Everything is nice and straight. If you look along the length there, you can see it's no real distortion on this bit. You know, beautiful ladder and steps. That's the main body, sort of brick and planking effect with a electrical cabinet box thing on the end there. I'm assuming the toilet will be in this bit that sticks out the back, and this does create me a slight little problem, but we'll go through that in a minute. Not an issue with the model, but for me, that's that. And the roof, the stovepipe goes into there. Now in the kit you do have a stovepipe to go on the outside of the chimney here to bring the chimney up. The only distorted part of this kit is this little bit of the roof here. Just see that slightly there. That's it. The rest of it, the main body of the roof, is nice and square, and it does sit on there beautifully. So that is it. A beautiful little kit. Now, any downsides to this kit is I have no access in the bottom here to get into the locking room to put glazing on the windows. That's it. That is the only negative thing to be said about this. And then really that's not a problem to cut a slot under there to put the glazing in. You know, that isn't a negative really, is it? However, I just thought I'd mention it. So that is the Swanage Signal box, and I notice on there that they actually printed it up to gauge 1 for a customer. So, you know, various different sizes, plenty of little bits and pieces on there for modelers, not just in TT scale but other scales as well. So I'll just mention the issue that this has created for me personally. I had originally thought of putting the signal box on this side, but that would mean one, it's very close to the bridge, but you're not going to get to see in the front. You know, you just get to look at the plain back wall of the signal box, and the signalman's not going to get much of a view, is he? So I thought, well, he might appreciate if it was round here. You know, I think this is a better location. You can see up the line under the bridge, he can see the yard in the station. He's not worried about what's going on behind him so much. Not that there is anything going on behind him anymore. But that's where the box is going to go, and we'll look at the problem that that creates. So what is the issue it's created for me? Well, this signal box is actually slightly bigger than I was intending on having on this layout. So I'd sort of allocated an approximate footprint in my head of where the signal box would fit and how that would affect the rest of the layout. Now, to get to the shed that's up here, I needed an old siding that ran around the back of the signal box, but because it's slightly bigger and it's got the toilet block on the back of the shed here, means there's no room round here for the track to go in. However, that is not an unsurmountable problem, because all I'm going to do is trim back the embankment, and being southern, they like concrete, so I'm going to put a concrete wall in around the back. It'll add another visual element to look at round here. You know, everything was built, embankment cut back, and will give some more interest to look at, hopefully. So there we have it, guys. Swanage Signal box, 3D printed in TT120 by the Dorset Pint Man, as I purchased off eBay. He's not sponsoring this or anything like that. This is just an item that I have purchased, and I'm really happy with it. A nice little, well detailed little item. So I recommend it, and I'll catch up with you next time, where hopefully we'll get a little bit more done. Speak to you then. Bye for now.